Toy Story 5 is shaping up to be a true milestone for animated movies, and little by little, new info and leaks have been dropping to get the fans even more hyped.
Woody! Came here as fast as I could.
For starters, in one of the leaked promotional images from the movie, we can see the main trio of heroes, Woody, Buzz, and Jessie, properly mounted on their horses. However, among the horses, the only one we recognize from the previous films is Bullseye, because both Buzz's and Woody's horses have never appeared until now. On top of that, we can see that these toy equines are quite different from what we might have imagined. For instance, the horse Buzz is riding is a kind of Pegasus. Those are the horses that have wings. It's also worth noting that the toy's colors are blue and lilac, suggesting that Buzz likely found this toy horse in the girls' aisle of some toy store. This contrasts with the scene we see in the trailer where Jessie, along with an army of Buzz Lightyears, is riding towards something very important, though we don't know what it is yet. And in that scene, we don't see Buzz using the horse from the image, which indicates that this Buzz must be Andy's original one. But if we stop to think about how in the first movie Buzz truly believed he could fly to infinity and beyond, this is definitely a mount that suits him perfectly. As for Woody, it's even worse. He's riding a tiny pink pony, which probably came from the same Barbie doll aisle, but it must be extremely strong since it's managing to not only carry Andy's sheriff, but also run at high speeds. And if we go back to the trailer, we'll notice that in the scene where Jessie is leading the army of Buzz Lightyears, Woody is right there in the back, riding that same pink pony. But wait, there's more. If we look at the feet of the characters in this image, we'll find some pretty interesting hidden details. For example, we can see that on Bullseye's hoof, there is the letter N. This is one of the letters that Andy put on the horse back in the second movie of the franchise, showing that even after all these years, he still carries the marks of being one of the original owner's favorite toys. Furthermore, if we look at the sole of Jessie's boot, we'll see there's a name there too, but this time it's Bonnie, her current kid. Meanwhile, however, Woody's boots are completely clean. And if we hop into a time machine and go back to Toy Story 2, we'll remember that the sheriff's boot originally had Andy's name written on it, which ended up being painted over by the restorer hired by Al the Chicken Man, the guy who stole Woody and planned to sell him to a collector in Japan. However, as the movies progressed, specifically in the fourth film of the franchise, we see that Woody no longer had Andy's name on his boot, but Bonnie's name instead, his new owner. But now, officially being a lost toy, he somehow ended up losing, or maybe even erasing Bonnie's name to make his rescue mission very clear alongside other lost toys that he and Bo Peep find across the world. These are just some of the details and news about Toy Story 5 that have been released by Disney or leaked by fans. Get ready, because even Woody's belly is on the line. Now, let's talk about a supposed leaked image of Woody, which appears to be a scene that likely happens right after he arrives at Bonnie's room to reunite with his friends. In the scene in question, you can see that Woody has a huge belly, looking like he just ate 10 cheeseburgers in a row. Honestly, it's hard to tell just by looking at the image what actually happened, but our hypothesis is that Pixar wants to give the impression that Woody is old, balding, and now has too much of a dad bod to lead Andy's old toys that now belong to Bonnie, effectively passing the torch to Jessie once and for all. Another theory is that at some point in the movie, Woody might fall into a river or a pond. The same one where the Buzz Lightyears come out of in the trailer, and the stuffing inside him, which is likely cotton, might have simply swollen up after absorbing a lot of water, and he'll go back to normal after drying out completely. In a promotional teaser for Toy Story 5 products that are set to be released, we also managed to spot some details that might reflect what's going to happen in the film. In the scene, we can see the three main toys of the movie, Woody, Buzz, and Jessie, alongside none other than the villain, Lily Pad. And then a fifth toy joins the group, Smarty Pants. And that's when we notice something different. He uses the other toy, which is a little rubber sticky hand, to trigger an ad on LilyPad's screen. But if you pause the video at the right moment, you'll see that Smarty Pants' face actually looks quite evil. This quick frame of interaction between the toys and the product reveal has reignited the theory that LilyPad might not actually be the real villain of the movie, but rather another toy, Smarty Pants himself. What do you think? Now, if you made it this far, surely something in this video kept you hooked until now, so we certainly deserve your subscription. Now talking directly about the movie merchandise that will be sold, it was revealed that one of them is a puzzle focused on Woody and Bo Peep. As crazy as it sounds, this simple toy points to something very important in Toy Story 5. Contrary to what some might imagine, Woody's visit to his friends will be temporary, just to help them with the problems involving Lilypad. This is because it's clear that the love of our sheriff's life is Bo Peep, and as soon as the issues at Bonnie's house are resolved or overcome, he will return to his beloved so they can continue their mission of helping lost toys, just like them. A strong indicator that this theory is true is even found in the movie's villain, Lilypad. She is clearly winking at the toy couple, showing that they truly belong together. At the same time, on that same puzzle box, we also see Smarty Pants looking forward with a seductive smirk. This could indicate that perhaps the little new toy will also have his own romantic match, just like Woody has Bo Peep and Buzz has Jessie. Not to mention Forky, who was literally getting married at the beginning of the trailer. Regarding Smarty Pants' match, the question hanging in the air is, who would this love interest be after all? Maybe it's some new doll found in the toy section where Woody and Buzz will find their winged horse and pink pony. When it comes to Toy Story, anything is possible. Among the Toy Story 5 products that had their images leaked online, one that caught everyone's attention is a t-shirt featuring a large number of characters who will be in the movie. Through it, we can confirm once and for all for those who were in doubt that Ducky and Bunny will be back as members of Bo Peep's rescue team, which makes total sense since they were some of the best characters in the 4th movie. Another t-shirt released as a legitimate Toy Story 5 product brings a very interesting image, but this time involving my favorite character in the franchise, Buzz Lightyear. On it, we can see what's being called the Buzz Army, initially represented by 3 figures of the Defender of the Galaxy. And we noticed something very interesting about these figures. None of them is the original Buzz. How do we know? Simple. The Buzz who is Woody's friend and Jessie's romantic partner will be wearing a yellow star sticker the whole time throughout the movie, which he uses after being promoted to deputy to act alongside Jessie in defending Bonnie's toys. In other words, this could perfectly indicate that this army of Space Rangers might not be led by the Buzz we know best, but by another Buzz. Our guess is that it would be that other Buzz who appears in Toy Story 2 and even temporarily switches places with the original Woody's friend. After several problems and a fight between the two, we see that he ends up staying behind to play with his true father, who is revealed to be Zurg in a parody referring to Star Wars, where the hero Luke Skywalker discovers at the film's climax that Darth Vader was his real father. Well, he could perfectly answer the distress call sent out by Buzz and his friends and show up with his army of Rangers to help them solve something that hasn't been shown in the trailers yet, but will surely be exciting. On another t-shirt, this time with a 2D graphic, we see what seems to be a huge number of Buzzes, making it clear that the amount of new Rangers that will be released and appear in the movie is truly massive. This indicates that, in fact, their mission is going to be something extremely important and will likely lead to the climax of Toy Story 5. And now, we can't forget to mention what will probably be the biggest plot twist in the history of the Toy Story franchise. In a recording leaked by an employee of a toy store that has a special partnership with Disney for reselling the company's products, we see them showing several toys that are already stored and ready to be sold. The surprise lies in the fact that at a certain point in the footage, we can see that Woody's old and greatest enemy might likely return in the 5th movie, as it's possible to see Lotso standing side by side with Lilypad. More than that, we can see that in this new line of exclusive Toy Story 5 toys, there are some that are Lotso toys. And let's be real, what sense would it make to sell toys of the evil strawberry-scented bear at the release of the 5th movie if he isn't in it, right? Because of this, we can practically guarantee that at some point in the new Woody and Buzz movie, Lotso will return even if it's just in the famous post-credits scenes. Who knows, maybe even before that, he could show up and reveal himself as the main villain of the story, looking for revenge for being left behind tied to a garbage truck for years on end. Our list is over, but you don't have to leave. We've set aside 2 videos right here on the side for you to keep having fun. Pick one and let's go to the next one.